Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Friday Nights Messages of Love from Above. As always, super happy to be here and excited for what messages are going to be coming through. Before we get started into the readings, I do like to join together with whoever would like to join me, whether you're watching live or on replay. We can join outside of space and time to multiply unconditional love energy to the world. We do make a difference. So I'm going to take a big deep breath and come back to right here, right now. We just let that love energy flow down and fill us up, overflow out to the world, circling the globe in a giant bubble of unconditional love energy, touching every heart, sparking it a little bit higher and higher and higher in love vibration, transmuting lower vibrational fear energy into higher vibrational love energy. And if you yourself are in need of unconditional love energy in this moment for your heart, for your mind, your body, for a loved one, for a situation, a relationship, whatever it may be, we send this love to you right now, too. Just let it circle you, absorb it in like a giant sponge or like a tree would take in the sunlight from the sun. Let it do what it needs to do for you. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me and doing that and allowing me the space for that as well. Before we get into the readings, I do want to send, let everyone know. I'm going to say, send love again. Let's send more love. What I was going to say was, uh, let everyone know that every Monday I do have a giveaway. Tuesdays, I put out a video announcing what I'm giving away, how you can get into the drawing, and any other giveaway news. Here's the video last Tuesday for next Monday, which I'm giving away a 30-minute personal recorded reading. So if you're interested, be sure to check that out. And then I'm also having a crazy Zen summer sale where I'm giving 50% off my Hedges of Peace and Love and also my personal recorded readings. So these are the information on those. All that information is in the description box of the video too. So if you're interested in any of those, you can always come back to those as well. And what else? What else? Each week we put out at least one pick a card reading, and this week's was How Can I Transform My Sadness? And I love it because Spirit talks about that it's not wrong to feel sadness or any other lower vibrational energy because we come here to experience it. But when we're bored with what, when we're ready for to feel something different, here's how you can transform it. Feel like there's going to be a few more of pick a cards around different emotions and transmuting them. So be sure to check those out as they come around. I do have a ton of pick a cards on my main page. So if you ever do want any additional messages from Spirit, you can check those out too, all free. And then this morning, we put out a new Take 10 with Zen. So episode 5 already. And these are just videos that are 10 minutes or less. I put out one a week talking about the subjects of how to connect with spirit more and connect with ourselves more and answer questions for my subscribers too. Like week 1 was dimensions, week 2 was spirit guides, 3 was is love real? Number 4 was does fate exist? And this one is talking about the influences on fate. And then next week is going to be all about is our death fated? Ooh, so be sure to check that out. All right. So that is the skinny on all of that stuff. So let me take a quick picture of this because we've been having Some interesting things happen with the chats when I break it out here. Sometimes some have been disappearing. So let me just take a picture so I feel secure, and then we will get this all going here. All right. So good. It didn't do anything. Let's change this to live chat. All right. Very good. And if you are new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome. First of all, we've got a great group of people here, a soul group that is so full of love and laughter, just the way I like it. So, welcome to the group. And how the free readings work here as I get everything set up. You can tell I can't do two things at once too well. Blah, blah, blah. All right, here we go. Um, the free readings. There's no special list. The chat is a list, and I go down in order, first come, first serve. If you don't want to put your business out there, you can just ask for a general reading or guidance. Spirit knows what you want. So we will pull cards that way. If anyone makes a donation, I do honor that as an energy exchange, and I'll prioritize those readings, step out of the free readings, dive deeper into those too. And then when I'm done, return back, continue moving down the list in order. I don't look at the dollar amounts. I trust everyone has a changing income from day to day, person to person, country to country, planet to planet. So I don't look at the dollar amounts because I know you give what you're able to, and for those that are not able to give donations, I understand that as well. I'm grateful for everyone that can because that is what keeps me here live. Otherwise, I'd be working a full time job, and I would be exhausted and wouldn't be coming on quite as much for sure, or offering the other things that I offer. So, um, thank you for those that are able to, and for those of you that aren't. If you give me a thumbs up on the video, that's something that you can do for free as well. And it helps spread the Zen love. So you can all be part of the love tsunami. To make a donation, you can use the super chat at the bottom, and then in the pinned comment and description box of the video, get Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and Square. So you can use any of those that you wish. All right. And that is the skinny on all of that. The blah, blah, blah is done, done, done. And itchy, itchy nose, nose. All right. So I do have a donation or multiple donation to start off with. So thank you, love 1 2 3 4. I appreciate your consistent donations and appreciate you. So let us dive in to your multiple questions here, and we'll see what Spirit would like you to know today. All right. All right. Thank you, Nova. You'll be up next here. And Sky. Okay, so number one, mama, mama, mama. Let's take a look here and see what does Spirit want you to know here. Soon we'll say the rest of the year, and it's going to be like a couple months. I can't believe we're almost halfway through July and almost into August. I'm just don't know what's happening. What is happening? All right. All right. Well, the first two cards that popped out here, we got the Three of Cups, which is joy and celebration, and we had the Five of Pentacles. So I feel like there's this alteration that's happening here. Really, I feel like the focus that she's going to have for the rest of this year is more on defining herself by this joy, by this connection to spirit, too. Um, there's this group of people. I feel like she's going to have a couple people, a couple best friends that really help drag her out of her shell, drag her into this place where she feels less abandoned, feeling less left behind. And it's not by family and that. It's I feel like that she's had either friends who have passed or friends that have moved away quite a while ago. Um, ish, maybe 6 months to a year and a half for one, and one was like 3 years ago. It just feels like they slowly kind of started slipping away, moving away, or passing away, or distancing themselves. And she's really got comfortable kind of being alone here with herself with the Nine of Pentacles, really staying, being a homebody. But I feel like there's two individuals that come into her life that just help her come out of her cage, out of her seclusion. I almost think. So I like this coming in here. I know it's been happening for a while, but we got the 7 of Pentacles, which shows that, last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. So it's kinda just been growing, 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 and it's good. It's been good for her. It was on purpose for a purpose, but now she's coming out. She's having a coming out party. She got the Spirit of Cups, King of Cups, so she's balancing her heart and her mind, and so there's this balancing that's coming in, and it's like this movement. So I like it. I like it for feels very, I don't know. She's just ready for like a change of things, to come forward. So I like that. All right. And then number two, travel in the winter. Let's take a look here. Yeah, I really feel we've got the movement of swords, which is the Knight of Swords. It's a movement card, thought and belief, and the strength, this Leo adventure type of energy coming in too. So there's this fiery energy and this movement of thought. This really feels like a positive thing. I feel like there's extra strength, inner strength that's coming in that just allows this smooth movement. Just takes a little bit of change of mindset, um, a little bit of clarity to come in, as far as the when and the how and the blah blah blah. It's I don't feel like you're gonna have to twist her arm too much, but I feel like there is this just changing of the way of looking at things, and yeah, it's like, okay, let's get it figured out. So I like it. Very positive. And then number three, oh, well, I feel like because you'd like to put your input in, right? Well, why don't we do this and this? I feel like there's this alteration of plans. Like, there's always your input, right? So yeah, that would make sense too, because this is Leo energy, right? Leo has their input with their perspective of seeing things from a different way. So I think that's where the twisting of the arm comes in a little bit of like, well, when we go, maybe we can do this, maybe we can do that, because you have to, you know, could you let her just plan it all and go along with it? Maybe. Let's take a look here. So number three, there you go. All right. All right. I feel like here that with your third question here, that you can got the Four of Pentacles, which is this stability in the outside world. So continuing doing what you're doing in the outside world, but there's also the High Priestess has to do with some de-stressing. You know, she steps away from all the chaos, all the stress, and because stress, of course, makes our bodies, impacts it, shuts down digestion, it shuts down things that do it. So it's really important to maybe introduce into your workout meditation or yoga, something that brings you, well, it doesn't matter. No matter wherever you go, there you are, you know. The job isn't stressful, life is not stressful. Um, and I know everyone would probably disagree with that. Life just is. It's these mindsets that are stressful. So these things that stress us out. not life, because animals don't get stressed. They're fine with it, but it's ours here. Yeah, it's more it's more what brings you inner calmness, and that's why, like, yoga will teach you inner calmness and breathing and bringing yourself into a nice calm awareness. But that's what, they have. So, possibly introduce something like that into it. It's not the exercising continue to do exercising, but introduce, like, a meditation, something that brings you peace of mind, something that brings you calmness, with that. All right. So that's what they have for that one. And then number 4. Ooh. All right. So we've got the chariot card here, which is movement and victory, but also the power of choice card. You know, how do they feel about, how do they feel about it in that moment? And then in this moment, and then this moment, in this moment. I feel like they're constantly on the move. And, I just big thinker. And, things are always moving, always moving, always moving. But they're making choices with their mind, the story, and then they're changing the story, and then their emotions change, and they have different emotions, and they have different energies, and they have different actions, and they have different emotions, they have different thinking. It just feels like it's going all over the place. Um, and with the 3 of Wands, it just shows them they're constantly changing, just so much, and then that's the way it works, right? When we ask about how anyone feels about us or thinks about us, depends on the person in the moment, what they're feeling, what's going on with them. So, in the moment that you reached out, joy, celebration, oh, movement. And then, they could be stressed out later and go, "Oh, I got so much going on. I just trying to fit everything in." And then, oh, so it really all depends on the moment. They're constantly changing, changing, changing. Um, Overall, though, we'll get a they wanted to make sure you knew that, but let's do an overall. Overall, on average, the mean, yeah, always seeing things from a higher perspective, moving from old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking, choppy waters to calmer waters. So, it's always a movement in a direction, right? So there's this, yeah, the mean, head in those directions. So, I like it. I like it. I like it. So that's what's happening there. So that is that one. And then number 5. For your highest experience for August. Let's see here. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like here you've got the Ace of Pentacles. Here's the Six of Pentacles. This changing. You're going to have enough. New opportunity is going to be here by then. So, yeah, I don't feel like it's going to be a point here. I just really feel like you're not going to be there, which kind of comes up with your next question here. I just feel like you're not going to be in a place where you have to go, and within the next 2 weeks. Yeah, because you've got all this struggle going on here. The 7 of Swords is the thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that keep you like, um, that thieve from you, that steal from you, that deceive you. And the 5 of Cups is this, emotional choice, moving from feeling these feelings. And I just feel like with this is like fives and sevens are conflict and blockages and all this stuff. And I just feel it's time. It just feels so, like you said, it's so stressful and all of this. And um, yeah, okay. So you do have Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, and Mother Luna. You got this. Take care of you. You need to nurture yourself. New beginnings, harvest phases that come in here, and whenever the new moon is coming up, um, look at the next new moon. Next new moon, I think, might be coming up. But I just feel like this new moon is new beginnings, and there's just things are going to unfold here. Like I said, here we go. We've got this. Here we got 2 weeks away till August, right? That's the month that things are supposed to like change and move and transform. So I just feel like it. Here it comes. It's Monday. Boom, boom, boom. So you might be getting some significant messages coming up here then, or the next new moon. But I feel like a new moon is an important thing. Full moons are fruition, though, too. New moons are planting new seeds, but full moons are fruition, and which would be the end of the month, right? So that is what is coming in there. For that. And then question 7. Okay. Excuse me. All right. So, what does Spirit want you to know about that job there? Okay. Wow. I really like it. I'm going to do it in this order, though, because it starts off looking, oh my gosh, but Saturn doing the work, the work, the work, the work, the 10th house of work. And you have the 10 of Pentacles, which is abundance. So it's not coincidence that you have the 10 abundance coming in the place of work. And you got the two wish fulfillment cards. Well, the two wish fulfillment cards. Did I have it right? Yeah. So 9 of cups and the star card. So these feel like dreams come true. And I really like this energy that's coming in because it does feel like it's productive work, very beneficial work that just feels like everything that you've wanted in a part-time job. It's like, oh my gosh, it's just I'm learning so much, and there's a lot of excitement that's around this, and a lot of abundance in a lot of different ways that come in that way too. So I like that. And then number 8. Okay. Two women's health company. That's funny. All right. So more about the job. Yeah. So I'm going to start off with this one because I don't want to scare you with the other ones. This. It's a new adventure. It's the Fool's card, right? New cycle, new adventure, free of so many expectations, free of so much restriction and everything, right? I like that because it's like we go from a place of disappointment to a place of like new emotions offered. It doesn't feel like other jobs where it's very disappointing. There's this wonderful energy that's offered, this new fulfillment, this new cup overflowing type of energy that comes in. It just feels so blast. You're blasted out of this old, tired of trying to live up to all these restraints and restrictions and constant changing supposed to's and shoulds and need to's, have to's at work. And here comes the tower, which is things are moved out of your way on purpose for a purpose to make space and clear your path for the direction that you're to go. And so you realize that all this stuff, that's 10, another 10 of just ready just to to head off and to go. So this is this beautiful movement, this beautiful energy. that's coming in there. So it is very freeing and it's very opening. So I really like that for you there. Yeah, it's for Love 1234. They should give me a big donation with a few questions. We're on the last one though, so we'll be headed off to the other donations here in just a moment. No problem, Love 1234. Yeah, and if you ever, I know you used your winning ones, but we can always do personal recorded readings too. I know you like them live, interaction. So, um, the company being in women's health. Let's take a look here. So we've got the cocoon. This makes me. It feels like it. Um, we've got Leo energy again. Surprise, surprise. But there's this, which could be inner child and womb with a cocoon, and then the rose, which the flow of the rose here, again, flow of the rose. But there's this, letting go of the thoughts and the beliefs and the mindsets that bind. But I really like this here. This, energy of it feels like inner child, womb, and, flow of rose could all be confirmations of women's health. So it feels very probable that that could be it as well. Boom, boom, boom. So that is what we have for you, Love 1234. I'm excited. A lot of great things headed your way here. So it's just a matter of, is your alarm still on your phone? Gratitude, 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 right? That's what brings things in faster. Otherwise, fears will draw things slower, right? But there is possibilities of all these things happening. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Yeah, exactly. Excellent. I love it. And thank you so much for your consistent donations. You help support the channel in a huge way. So thank you, thank you. All right. So Nova, you are up next here. Thank you for your donation. And let's see, your question was a little. All right, so message and guidance from spirit. All right, so let's take a look here and see what they have for you. Supernova. Thought I saw you say something else here. Let me see if I can see. You're sleeping on the floor. Is that a is that a good thing? Is that for your back or let's take a look here. So messages and guidance from spirit. What do they want to bring you here? All right. Yeah, we have this 8 of cups here, and the 8 of cups is this, permission in a way of it's a flow of emotion, but it's leaving behind emotions that no longer serve, and also leaving even people behind that no longer serve, people that you're pouring a lot of energy into that if you stop, they wouldn't even notice. um, and it would just drift apart in a way. So it's kind of let some things fall away. This helps you move on and use that energy towards something that feels more like wish fulfillment, something that goes along that way. Yeah, you're like, I have the list. I'm already chopping them, And well, I like this. I like this period of time here. I mean, you're called into your hermit mode and connecting to your higher self in the spiritual posse, allowing them to, your spiritual entourage to guide you on your path. And there's a lot of peace of mind that's coming in here. And I feel like there's these fears that are falling away, these things that are being knocked away. And you know, it has to do with your connecting to this higher knowledge, this seeing things from this higher perspective, which brings in a lot of clarity here. You've always been a hermit. Me too. I thought I didn't see you at the meetings that we don't go to. That's what they say. Introverts unite at home quietly, and don't worry, you don't have to let me know. But you do have the movement of wands, the fastest moving knight out of them all. So there is some movement that's coming your way. And with these decisions to be made, they're really saying here to close your eyes, open your heart, let your heart, of course, continue to have a seat at the table and let it guide you, let it follow it where it leads you here. You know, I just, there's this nudging just to follow, that energy where it's taking you to next here. Let me see. Yeah, again. So you've got the movement. You got the movement of wands, and you've got also that looked kind of weird. Let me just move them over here. You've got the ace of wands too. You know, it's like allow that passion, allow this ace of wands to take you in a direction. Don't let anything hold you back. Just allow yourself to move forward, and it feels like it's important here to really trust your gut, trust your instinct, but let it flow, as well. Because again, you've got the 9 with the Hermit card connecting and with this closing your eyes and really connecting to your inner intuition to guide you. So, cut the strings, cut the stuff. I feel like it's really tuning into your true north and what you're wanting to do and cutting the stuff out that's not for it, because there's a lot of energy, emotional energy, it feels mainly being invested in stuff that isn't for you. It's not helping you. It's more weighing you down than allowing you to go. One of those, the Two of Swords had a anchor on it. It's like let the supposed tos and the shoulds and allow your flow, your heart flow, to have more input and more energy behind it, if that makes sense. So that is what they have for you right now, Nova. So many blessings to you. That's what they are guiding you for here. All right. And then Sky, you are up next. Thank you for your donation. And you want to know Vibor's feelings right now. And is it for your highest experience to move on? Let's take a look here. All right. Okay. Yep. Just getting clarity on one card here, or two cards here. Yeah. I feel like Vibor's feelings are there's like they're so this is not the normal energy that I feel in these, but I just feel like they're so stuck in their ways. Like they have specific things they're passionate about, and they're like nothing behind it. And they have the King of, Pentacles, which is I'm stuck in my way, the outside world. And they're like, where's the emotion? They're like, what emotion? There's passion and there's outside world. What else is there? I just feel like they withhold emotion so deeply. It's like way back here. It's like, hey, but I just feel like they're so, with two kings together, it's just they're just very solid, very Unwavering is a word that, I feel is coming in there, you know? We've got should you move on, it's like if you want equal partnership, 6 of Pentacles is equal giving and receiving, then you might need to new communication, newness, even have new, pentacles, like new opportunities in the outside world. I feel like there would need to be newness that comes in. So this would support if you truly want. I just don't feel like they're gonna change. Like, if you're waiting for them to transform and change, I feel like you're gonna be old and gray by the time you're like, "There you are," and, no. And you have something more 4 of Wands, which is joy, celebration, equal passion, um, marriage, and, get together type of energy here with someone else, I feel like that if that's what you're wanting, I mean, really, when you put them both together of equal giving and receiving, equal, 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 then I feel like it's yeah. Well, if it's your twin flame, you won't be able to get away from them, even if you try. You have this bond. It's like Jean-Claude Van Damme in Bloodsport. You're tied together and you can't get away from each other if they're your twin flame. But I don't feel twin flamey with this. I just feel like they're flamey, flamey. That with that King of Wands, they're fiery and set in their ways. But they wouldn't be telling you to, there's newness, there's more equaling down the road. So, with the cards I just showed you, it is suggesting that it is for your higher experience. If you're looking for reciprocation where you feel like equal giving and receiving, then psh, psh, psh. Yeah. So um I really, yeah. New birth. Mother Nature, Mother Nature, take care of yourself. New birth, new sensuality moving forward. So yeah, I really feel like it's time to go. You know what? It's just you deserve to be with someone like yourself, and that's what that those other cards represented is to be with someone like you, and that's good. Upgrade. Yeah, so that's what I feel is coming in there for you, Sky. So thank you so much for your donation, and enjoy the new adventure that'll unfold. All right. And James Helen, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. Oh, cards are a flying. So, um, so should you call Patty to make plans tomorrow or Sunday? So that would be a yes, because you've got this card came flying out again, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. So definitely there's a rebirth. So it's like, yeah, definitely to make plans. Let's see here. This is for tomorrow and this is for Sunday. Wow, some of the same cards coming out. So tomorrow would be more mental, and Sunday is more equal giving and receiving. Um, so I almost feel like, either day would be fine because you're both, there's communication and higher communication, but I feel like Sunday might be the um, more equal giving and receiving type of energy that's coming in here. What else? Wow. Yeah. So we've got the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. So definitely try to do something new. Try to do something that inspires um, new emotion, newness in the outside world together. because you got the Nine of Pentacles, which represents independence and feeling, independently strong, in spirits there. But I just feel like it's more so try to do something that's different, but almost independent, not of each other, but like it would be something like a picnic, or it's doing something where you're not around a bunch of other people. It's doing something more one-on-one than, like not going to crowded places. It's something that's just, I feel like you're both in need of some peace and quiet in a way, if that makes sense. So making it, if it's going for a little drive up to a place to have a picnic and that overlooks things or something like that, it just feels very, um, you know, hey, let's go for a Sunday drive and a picnic and go have a little lunch by this lake, or it's, something that's, it doesn't have to be way out in the woods or anything like that, but it just definitely feels independent, kind of energy. Whatever resonates, But, I like it though, very positive energies there, James, so that's what's coming through. So many blessings to you, and enjoy. Alright, so I think that was all my donations, so thank you guys so much, I appreciate you. And we are jumping into the first free reading, which LA. Hello, LA. I am doing well, and you are very welcome. Hope you're doing well. You like a general read, and I feel like I'm going to switch up to the light seers, or over, not up. Just they were further away. So, Gemini. How would they react to your life when you tell them what you've been up to? Uh-oh, the other two friends from elementary that came back, I think, were shocked. Oh. Uh-oh. I don't know. Gemini's split personality, I don't know if that anything surprises them. Let's see what they've got here. Yeah, I don't think so. They're balanced. Here's their balanced in heart and mind, and I feel like they're used to a lot of passion, a lot of exchange of different things. I feel like the Gemini that you're talking about they've had a lot of stuff, and so I don't feel like they would be shocked. Um, I feel like they would be like balanced approach to it. It almost like it'd be like they're like, "Oh," like, not shocked, maybe surprised, because I feel like, I feel like this Gemini was the one that was like, one side of their personality was always getting in trouble in a way, not in, like, bad trouble, but, mischief managed, right? Is that a Harry Potter reference? So I feel like it's like, they would be like kind of proud, like, oh, good for you. So that's the kind of energy I feel coming in from them, LA. I don't feel like it's going to be shocked, just surprised and proud. You're not surprised. I'm not surprised. Yeah, yeah, I hear you. So yeah, definitely mischievousness ensued, I'm sure, but that's what's going on. So yeah, they won't be, not like your other two. All right, so that's what they have for you, LA. So many thanks, blessings to you. All right, Esther, you'd like a general reading? Absolutely. Wow. So you do have the Six of Cups. This is that, I don't feel like it's someone from this lifetime that's coming back into your life, but I do feel like you're bumping into someone that can lead to a deep friendship. I don't know if it's romantic or not yet, but the Six of Cups does tell me that it's this past life connection. I've been getting a ton of Six of Cups lately, and Spirit's been showing me that we're entering this period of time where the planet, we're moving up in vibration, which is activating a lot of our subconscious connections that we've had with people from past lives. It's like we're almost becoming more and more aware of these old emotions, these old lifetimes that we've had together with individuals. And we're realizing, because a lot of times we hang around different, it's a large group of soul group, but we have a lot of individuals that we have history with that stick around by each other in different lifetimes. So I feel like you're going to be having this aha around some individual, like a specific individual is going to stand out, and you're just going to feel like I know you from somewhere, and they feel the same way. I feel like you're more in tune with it than they are, but you're just like, but they're like, they didn't go to your same school or your neighborhood or jobs or anything as you guys, because you hit it off and you're just like, where do I know you from? And then you're just like, okay, it was a past life, type of thing. So I like that for you, Esther, and that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. So, Mary, you are up next here for the next free reading. And will Mia give you an offer on Monday of your meeting? Okay. Well, let's take a look here. Well, you had these cards come flying out here. You've got two eights, which is a flow number, number of movement and flow. And the Eight of Pentacles is you put in the hard work and you get the reward. Things move forward. And the Strength card here coming in really tells me here that it does feel like there is reward that comes up, through these things. Um, so I feel like that when you're looking for a yes or no answer, the answer is yes, that there is this movement. So offers are made, things move forward. So I like it for you, Mary. So here we go. All right. So many blessings to you. And then up next, we got double, triple, quadruple X. And you'd like to ask, what is your purpose in life? Well, let's take a look here. Well, everyone's purpose in life is to seek higher love. Our whole journey is about love. The answer to every question is love. So, searching for higher love, understanding higher love is a core purpose for everyone. So, like this tapestry back here, we're all beings of light, and if we don't come down here and experience the opposites with the dark, you wouldn't see the design. You wouldn't get to see this is who you are, right? This Om symbol. And because you are experiencing this lifetime, experiencing the opposites, it brings us clarity. So, regardless of any moment, we're always experiencing, and we're things are becoming clearer and clearer and clearer with all of the stuff that we experience. And it's like, cool. And then we're multitaskers. And the thing that I feel like you're really wanting to know is like, what is my purpose? Like, what else did I want to do when I came down here? Because we all come down here for that. But what's my expertise? How did I want uniquely want to express my unconditional love to the world? And that is the scavenger hunt. We all wish that a scroll could fall from heaven that tell us, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do and when and how and blah blah blah. But in the spirit world, when you look at that, boring. We have had lifetimes here before, in when we were like in Atlantis and Lemuria and other um existences as human civilizations that we've had throughout the millennia. We had at one point, we knew when we came down here, we were fully aware who we were and what we wanted to do. We're like, it was interesting, but it was, we already knew what was going to happen, and it was not exciting. So, like, we moved along in Atlantis, we decided we would veil some of what we like, we didn't know the total future of things. We knew different things, but we didn't know it all. And then that's why Atlantis probably blew up, because someone didn't go, oops, I wasn't supposed to push that button. I'm just kidding. But there's things that went forward because of that. And then in this lifetime, when we decided for this iteration of humanity is like, we're going to be veiled so much in the beginning, because we want to have the excitement of discovery, of searching. Because on the other side, normally we think of like, I wonder what it's like over there. Psh, we're there. Or I want to know an answer to this. We know the answer because we're connected to all knowingness, right? And we have the power to be in all these different places all at the same time. So here, when we're like journeying and being able to move from here to there, this movement from here to there is exciting for our higher self. Humans, we're like, oh my God, it feels like I'm going at a snail's pace. I want to find stuff. I need to know. But when we embrace the process, it can go more smoother and you can go, there's no wrong, there's no right. It's like discover what it is that makes your heart sing, that makes your heart feel full, and do more of that. So hopefully that helps double, triple, quadruple X. But that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. And then Luna Ray, hello, hello. So is Terry planning to move out of the home he lives in with S soon? All right, let's take a look here. Yeah, we do. We have the Eight of Cups, walking away from things that no longer serve them, headed away. So I do feel like this is soon here. Eight standing out. So August, I feel like, maybe they gave them, told them they're moving out in August or at the end of August, whatever they need so they don't leave them in a lurch kind of feeling to it. But I feel like they've announced the movement of however it is. So I do feel like they will be headed out. So that's what they have for you, Luna Ray. You're very welcome. What? Is that surprising? It looks surprising. All right. So Daisy, you are up next. Hey, hey, hey. So you found another house. Yay. Hopefully we'll find another soon. Yay. So how will your outside world change if you start consistently making art again? Oh, I like it. We love this. I love the 7 of Pentacles, and you can see here if I can get it to focus. See the energy flowing there from his hand there, flowing into the plant. This is the creatorness. This is allowing things to unfold. And I feel like your outside world, it takes time for, fruit to appear on a tree. Last thing that grows on a fruit tree is the fruit. But I love the energy of it, the energy of creation, the energy of flow. Um, so I like it. I feel like the creativity, just you need it. You need to be able to express this light within you. You need to be able to express this stuff. So it brings a lot. I feel like it brings a lot of calmness to you. It allows a lot of joy, and I feel like my host, that's how she meditates. She paints, and she goes to another place when she paints, and she sees all the stuff in the art that she creates, and I feel like this commonality like that with you too is this is how you meditate. This is how you ground yourself. This is how you communicate with spirit. This is how stuff comes through. So it's important for you. Your outside world changes because your inside world changes. And whatever things come in here, it changes the outside world out here. So very positive ways. I just feel it brings flow into your life. It brings fruit into your life in a variety of ways. Just takes a little bit of time for it to happen, but it's so important for you to consistently do that because if that's your meditation, if you only meditate once every 6 months, eh, regular, even if you have to paint over or, work with the same thing over and over again, it's being in that mindset, being in that energy is very important for you. So that's what's coming through for you, Daisy Daisy. So many blessings to you. You're welcome, Luna. All right, new love, you're up next. So, where, oh, where would be the best therapy for you at K or G? So, let's take a look here and we'll pull cards for each. So, for K, and that one's for G. So, let's Let's take a look here and see. well, well, okay. So they have different approaches. K focuses more on empowering you and focusing on, focus on your strengths. G focuses on death and rebirth, like um showing you and some I almost feel like Phoenix, right? Burning down and rising from the ashes. So I feel like this one very, you know, upbeat and focus on, okay, this is who you are. Focus on your strengths, blah, 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 blah. And I feel like G is more a realist. So when I feel is like a um the positive side, the glass is full. And G is like break the glass, melt it down, reformulate it into a flamingo, so um it feels like different energies. Both of them feel like they do. One empowers you and connects you to the higher realm, higher self, and the G one I feel brings transformation in a different way. It's like Pluto energy, you know, death and rebirth. So, whatever energy you are ready for, like if you're a Scorpio, you're like, oh my God, I love G because Scorpio's ruled by, Pluto, who is the death and rebirth. So, depending on your personality, one's going to draw you to the other. You might, or feel like a Capricorn. I have a Capricorn rising. It's like, oh, I want the destruction. I want to be dismantled and then put back together, type of thing. But that's what's coming in for you there, new love. So you get to choose. Many blessings to you. All right. Hey, Blissful Breeze. And I don't know if you ask a question further down below, but we will get there when if we have it there. Hey, Nova, thank you for your additional donation. I will wait for you to pop your question down there. So, divinely protected, what are you not seeing? Deck three. And deck three, I had to move them all because I did recorded some readings in between. So, this is the Dream Weaver's Oracle. So, didn't see that coming. I'm just kidding. That's what you didn't see. That deck three has been changed. What a bunk. Shh. All right. So, here it is. You've got Weavers Watch the Dragons Fly. Look at the eyeballs. That's funny. What aren't you seeing? Well, here's all the eyeballs. Let's see what this comes in here. Number 41. This is about being the observer, curiosity, seeing the big picture, not taking anything personally. And it says sometimes we get so involved in our feelings about things, we begin to believe we are those emotions. They become part of our identity, part of our story forever. Instead of understanding the transience of opinions, we become trapped by our beliefs about the world and our part in it. Those ideas harden and stiffen until they form a tight container around our possibilities. While a container can be a good thing, we can find ourselves trapped in an old story. A good question to ask now about the subject you want this oracle to illuminate is, what am I making this mean, right? What story am I putting to it? What if you removed your assumptions? What if nothing is ever personal? Now is the time to look at your situation and see it for what it is. Step back and look at the bigger picture. Remain neutral and curious, and be willing to explore it from a different perspective. There's so much to discover here, so it's important not to get caught up in being right or getting caught up in the smallest details that obscure a more expansive potential. Even in the most joyful times, you still run the risk of thinking it will always be that way, when everything will change and evolve, even transcend this forever place, because that is the truth of life. You're on a beautiful journey, And if you remain open and hopeful and willing to discover things that are unknown to you, that gift of curiosity will lead you to treasure beyond your wildest dreams. Like the dream weavers watch the dragons fly, so should you observe your inner and outer worlds in the same manner. When you really learn to pay attention and can say, "That's interesting," the hidden doors of perception swing wide. Such wisdom has always lived inside you. Did you know you were so fortunate? Stay open. So I like it. I like it. I like it. So that is what they have for you, divinely protected. So many blessings to you. Yeah, let me just scrooge down here. All right, Nova. So still thinking about your oh, you're still thinking about your question. Looks like hell rising. Fly, dragons, fly, or like the Wizard of Oz with the Wicked Witch, right? Fly, monkeys, fly. You always have had what's the message of the Wizard of Oz? You've always have had what you're looking for inside you all along. All right. So Nova, I will check back with you so you can think about your question. And Cheery, you are up next. So you would like some guidance. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know right now? Right now. Yeah. So you've got the 10 of Swords here coming up first. And the 10 of Swords is endings of fears, all of the supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts, letting go a lot of control over all of the stuff of the outside world, right? We're inundated with a lot of rules and opinions from when we're growing up. And the 10 of Swords is, to this place where they just want to get rid of all of these um, restrictions to free things up here and see how more serene that is for them instead of the attack of the birds and the brain. And we've got the moon card here, which I like the Mother Luna energy, the caring for yourself and letting go of all these fears of letting people down or what we're supposed to do and trying to control and figure all these things out and trust the moon, the cycles of the moon, everything unfolds in perfect timing. Trust the process, connect to your deep emotions, allow this beautiful energy. And I really feel, something that can help is understanding the phases of the moon and that, every couple days, 2 to 3 days, the moon changes cycles. It changes not cycles, but signs and understanding when a moon is in this, what kind of energy does it bring? Because all of us experience it. And if you have a water in your chart, especially if you're a water sun sign or water moon, you're going to feel the phases and the changes of the sign so much that you almost feel like you're schizophrenic or you're going crazy because it's like, these 3 days, I'm really on point and focused, and then I totally go off into dream world, and then I come back and I have a lot of fire to get stuff done, and then I feel very grounded because it goes, through all the from fire to earth to brain, to air to water, and they go, "Whoosh." We're always going on this, hitting all 4 elements, all those times. So I feel like that's important to look at that because you can understand how to use those energies and understand why in some days you dream a certain way and other days you don't. Other days you're so focused, other days you're not. It just helps be aware, not that we're like puppets, but it helps you understand. It's like the weather, looking at the forecast. It's like, oh, it's raining. It's going to rain tomorrow, so I should bring an umbrella with me or I'm going to get wet. It's like preparing for the energies. So that's what's coming in for you, Cheery. So I like it. So many blessings to you. All right. And then we are to wisdom words. Hello, hello. You'd like a general reading? Let's take a look here. So you got the 7 of Wands coming in here. Seven of Wands shows that you're in this place where you're being elevated, that you're being this bright light up on a hill. And there's some people that may not like it so much. They're poking at your bubble, poking at the bear, and you don't have to defend yourself, though. These people just know that it's not personal. These individuals feel low about themselves. So they already feel like they're down here, and they already thought, because of their lower self-worth, they already saw you up here. Then you got elevated, which made them feel even lower. So they're like, come back down here. Come back and be miserable with the rest of us. How dare you be happy? How dare you be a bright light? But you don't have to, feel like you have to defend yourself. You can just know that it's not about you. This is about them. And you can send them love if you want, or if you want to help lift them up, you can sincerely, if that's what you want to do out of compassion from your heart. But don't do it out of obligation or feeling like you have to defend what's going on in your life. Just know that that's where the source of their, attacks are coming from. Because people, well, when they feel low and they feel you're up here, they will try to destroy you to bring you down to where they feel they're at, or boast falsely to post themselves up to where they think you're at. And some will do both to try to bring it together here. When you realize what they're doing there, you don't take it personally, because usually most humans have a low sense of self-worth. So we think we're down here and they're up here, even though they think we're up here. We feel like we're down here. Then they're trying to push us down further. We're like, how dare you? I'm trying to get up to where you're at. That's where all these battles, always happen. So hopefully that brings some clarity for you right now, wisdom words, and that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All righty. All right. Angelica, no, I haven't gotten to you yet. Right, Nova? We will jump down to you. And then Julia, you will be next with the free reading, and I see your correction. So we will look at that here. But for this moment, so Nova, you'd like an oracle card for your creativity, the process of your creative endeavors. Awesome. Now I have eight oracle. So Nova, if you'd like to choose one through eight, I will let you choose. Dun dun dun. Number eight. You have the energy oracle. So how fitting. So let's take a look here. See what they'd like you to know about your creativity, the process of your creative endeavors. Okay. I know, right? The energy. Yeah. You have the temple path. Card number 12. Yeah. Spiritual purpose and support. So receiving this card represents your own spiritual evolution. It's 12:04 p.m. where you're at. Wow. The witching hour. The winding path you are on leads to a blessed temple in a lovely garden, symbolizing the spiritual destiny your soul has had in mind for this lifetime. This card is here to tell you that what you're going through now is all part of your soul's process. So you just said process, right? Yeah. This, what you're going through, is your soul's process. You are on the karmic path and heading in the right direction, and the choices you make now are important for your personal growth and life lessons. The lights around the temple represent the spirit world, your family members and friends, angels and guides, all the loving spirit helpers who long to assist you. Call upon them and be open to their wisdom and inspiration. This is a wonderful life expanding time, so keep in mind your personal priorities as well as your spiritual connection. Following your higher intentions will help you move your life forward in dramatic ways, and connecting with spirit and your higher self will have a wonderful influence on all that you experience. Yeah. They have a reversed meaning, which I like to read in case there's anything that resonates in those as well. But the affirmation is, I open my heart to my spiritual truth and a deeper connection with spirit. Guidance and inspiration come freely and easily to me. Yeah. Well, boom. So they're like, you're on the right path. You're doing the right thing, right? So if you ever feel like you've fallen off your path, you could be too focused on worldly possessions and material gain, or you may simply be maintaining old, unhealthy habits of fear, limitation, worry, or doubt. Whatever is distracting you, when you get this card reversed, if you hadn't, but it's a firm message that it's time to make your spiritual life and evolution a much higher priority. So if you feel like you're pulled off your path, then you just redouble your efforts to get back into your making your spiritual life a priority. Not doing so represents an important loss of power. So clear your mind, meditate, and open up to the presence of spirit. Whatever else you may have going on, consider this an important part of your personal and tactical plans. The support and inspiration of all eternity and countless loving spirits are available to you. Not turning to them is like cursing the dark when you refuse to turn on the lights. Yeah, yeah. But, you're human. We all live in a amusement park full of fear rides. So, to say that I'll never be off my path is to say that I'm never gonna stumble, I'm never gonna trip and fall. Yeah, just give it time. And it's okay. It's okay if you're like something distracts you and takes you off, out of that moment. But then you're gentle with yourself. You just allow yourself to course correct and just go, okay, that was a good experience because a lot of your inspiration is about what happens when you're not in the light, the higher vibration and how you recognize and experience this. Because if you don't have any lower vibrational experiences that you acknowledge that you've had in your life, no one can relate to you. Because trust me, the only perfect person that, uh, well, I wouldn't say that. The one of the famous perfect people that walked the planet, they end up crucifying, right? You're like, oh yeah, that's a good point. But that's funny. So, but that I like it. I like it for you. So, just recognize when you do what you do to bring yourself back because that's what you're going to, show them. You're going to show people, yeah, when you have this happen, this is how we raise it back up. This is how we pick ourselves back up after we trip and fall. Um, so no one has never not tripped. Even well, as children, we fell down a lot, right? So as we get older, we trip less, but trust me, we still trip, right? Just check YouTube. You can see everyone that trips up. But that's what they have for you, Nova. So many blessings to you, and thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. So Julia. All right. So okay. Okay. So how have they been testing you? Have they been testing you and how? So like testing you like to see if you're gonna, do what they fear you're gonna do. I feel like we're moving back over here to the Naked Heart Tarot. Have to take a sip. All right. Sorry. I just I just, lab rat. And you think you're being tested, Julia. Poke, 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 poke. But, sorry, it just it it tickled me. Um, no, I don't think so. I don't, so, I like it because really well, actually, that's a no, which is even more hilarious, is that they haven't been testing you. They've been being tested. So this is them being tested by their own expectations not meeting up and the fears of letting things down. They're tested by their own because when you look in a mirror, what you're seeing is yourself. So they're testing themselves and you are testing yourself. Your spiritual posse would be bringing up the energy that comes in is for you, right? And so you're being tested. You both are being tested, but you're being tested by your own group, your own scientists in your own laboratory. Because you got the seven, which this is, all of this is energy and fire, and um, the what is being brought into depends on what you guys are focusing on individually. So when we focus in on our fears, we get to get tested with our fears. They come to us because we call them to us. We're like, "Hey, fears, come here." And they do. They're like, "Hey, what's up?" Because whatever we focus on is what we draw. Like attracts like. So it's a good thing to realize that people don't test us. It's our own thoughts and beliefs and our own energy that test us. And um, so people purely have actions. Things just are. But it's this little brain here that brings these stories into to fruition. This is what's in our head that comes forward, and it makes us, you know, it's the Saturn, you know, devil energy that tests our thoughts and thinking processes and challenges us to go, let's look at that. Okay, let's do it. Here they are. Okay, I see it. Let's look at that, So hopefully that helps if that brings clarity around it. But that's what's coming in there for you, Julia. So many blessings to you. All right. I know, right? Boom. All right. Beautiful, beautiful. Right. And Shane, thank you for your donation coming in here. And let me just, you're very welcome. So, Shane, thank you for your donation. Hey, hey. All right. Oh, all right. Woohoo. Got warm in here. That hot, huh? Let's take a look here. I know, right? Sometimes it's best just to look at people who are attractive and not ask them to speak because it just ruins it. Or like, you have ever like been driving somewhere and you see someone who looks really hot out of your peripheral, and you're like, oh my gosh, and you kind of speed up a little bit to catch them at a light, and then you kind of just glance over and you're like, oh, wasn't who I thought it was. Anyway, let's take a look here and we'll find out what spirit says though here. Yeah, right. Just want to know. Just want to know. Just ahead of time. Let's see here. Well, um we start off with balanced energy here. We've got 6 of pentacles, giving and receiving, equal, 3 on each side. got the Justice card, balanced energy, balanced, mental. So I like this, balanced communication, this balanced giving and receiving there. Then we have a little mixed bag that comes up here, which, we've got the Eight of Cups, which is, you have the Six of Wands again, balanced passion on either side. So you got all that balanced energy. And it's interesting that we've got the Nine of Pentacles, which helps you see your worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way. Here's spirit with you in the garden, feeling independent. And it also, I feel like the interactions that we have here, it allows you to walk away from emotions and people that no longer serve you to move forward too. I almost feel like the interactions that you have with them just really help you stand up for you. And even though you head off here to the Nine of Cups, which is the nines are hermity, independent, fulfilling kind of energies. Um, I just feel like I don't feel like it ends up being like marriage and, you know, long term, but I feel like the interactions and the friendship slash relationship, it's interesting. It just feels like buddies. It just feels like the approach you both have isn't like, well, I don't want, I just want to enjoy life. And I feel like there's this nice balance of equal give and receive without a whole lot of expectations around things. There's like this freedom that comes in here. And I like it. I feel like it just helps you move away from things. It helps you really clarify what you want in life and what you don't want. And you're just like, yeah. And you just end up dropping some stuff, dropping some people, dropping some relationships, emotions, things. I just feel like you move into this new space with it. So I like it. I just don't look for it being something that it's not, but I definitely feel like it's destined and that it's an important interaction that you have. So that's what I feel is coming through for you, Shane. So enjoy that. um, yeah, but just take it for what it is and not what you would hope it to be or what it's supposed to be. Just enjoy an adventure without any expectations with them, is what I feel is coming in. All right. So that's what they have. So many blessings to you. And again, thank you for your donation. All right. And lovely, lovey. Hello, hello. You are up. So, what message does your future long term romantic partner have for you? Uh oh. Uh oh. Run for your life. Run for your life. I like this. The message they have for you is, not to um, spend a lot of energy around this deceiver, this person who, or persons. It's almost like, is there five? I almost feel like they did hatch marks for you. So don't pay attention to these five deceivers. Just know that it was, you were shown this to have them blasted out of your life to make way for me. You know, that it's okay. Um, you know, Everyone comes into our life on purpose and everyone's removed out of our life on purpose for a purpose, and it's clearing the way for you, to uh, for me to reach you and for you to reach me. And they're like, and besides, they are going to make me look so much better than I ever would have been had you not met them. So I like this. I like their sense of humor. They're like, they're making me look so good. In fact, I want to send them thank you notes. Thank you for being such a jerk because you're making me look like a knight. So I like that. That's a great sense of humor to have there with you. So yeah, Shane, woohoo. uh, Very good. So that's what they have for you, lovey. So I'm liking it. All right. Let me just take a look here. And now we've reached here the point where we started reading. So let me just make sure I don't skip over anyone. All right. So Sunny Truth. I like it. So Sunny Truth, you are up next. So are you correct that there's a delay on the date of an important document that you're contemplating? Let's take a look here and see what Spirit has here. Yeah. Well, with these coming out here, it's kind of a yes and a no. There is a delay with the 7 of Pentacles. This is the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is a fruit, which is one of my slow delay kind of frame by frame movement. It's definitely been slowed down. But what I like about it, the yes and no comes in here, is that the Magician card comes in, which shows that your energy can speed it back up. Because the reason why we experience delays and things slowing down is for us to be able to see things and be able to look at, you know, our higher love, our self-love, because the more we focus on raising our love vibration by letting go, thoughts that no longer serve us, thoughts of fear, um, letting go of lower vibrational emotions and experiences and things, transforming them into higher vibration. This speeds things up. This anchors and slows things down. So I'm not sure if fears came up that delayed it and slowed it down, and if nothing new came in to slow it down, then it's slowed down by your higher self and your spiritual entourage so that you could face some fears so that things can move forward faster in the future too. So I like this. So there is a slowing down, but the more you focus on unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter and gratitude for what you do have, then that speeds things up. So I like it for you, Sunny Truth. That's what they have for you there. So many blessings to you. And then Angelica, you will be up next. After the I complete the donation. So um thank you so much, Crow's Nest, for your donation. Appreciate you. And you want to know Hugo's current feelings for you and next actions in the near future. All right, let's take a look here. What are their current feelings for you and their next actions? And thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. So these two will be current feelings, and these are next actions. Oh, oh, Buddha, Buddha, boo, boo. All right. Wow. I like these here. Wow. This definitely, I can understand. I mean, literally scared of commitment. All these swords, all these small t truth fears about lovers and commitment. I like the 10 here though, because the 10 does show me here, that they're tired of fearing commitment and they really would like to have something else, but um, don't feel like they're quite there yet. They do have a lot of fear here because the other ones here are they've got a lot of emotional confusion around having this. The 10 of Pentacles, normally you would see two people together and children in a home and all that, which would also represent like a relationship. Emotional confusion around things. So they wouldn't have confusion if they didn't have feelings. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't be confused. There would be no fears. That would be just like, heck no, I don't like you that way. But there's confusion and fears if they care enough to lose something. You know what I'm saying? So I like it. I like that it represents there are emotions, there are things that are there. But let's take a look here at the next actions. Yeah, there's going to be some timing that's going to take care of they Things need to tick tock, two of the pentacles. Things need to balance out in the outside world. We also have Spirit of Swords, Knight of Swords, big thinker, you know, the king not only co-rules over the swords and thoughts, but they also, um, you know, uh, all the kings are given a second portion of air, which makes them the master of thought and belief and blah, blah, blah. So a lot in their head, a lot of things that would need, this is what they need though to cut away all of these swords, because this is a double-edged sword. As they're able to see things from a higher perspective, they'll be able to cut away thoughts and beliefs and mindsets here. But I don't feel like it's super, super fast that they do that. That timing, the balancing. They have a ton of passion too. So they do like the intimacy and the attraction and the energy. That they're not afraid of. They're just afraid of commitment. They're just afraid of a broken heart. They're just afraid of, not living up, being able to live up to what all that means, um, because of what they've experienced in their life. Let me see what else we have here. Well, yeah. Movement of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. So it's the slowest movie night out of them all. And so that does tell me, just reaffirms that, yeah, it's no time soon that they will be able to, um, kick in and do that here. So in the meantime, you have the Sun card, Leo energy, which is about diving deep, shining a lot of light on what your emotional wish fulfillment is, diving deep and finding out what's below there, below the surface, what the little inner child has in connection with this, right? What are my desires? What are my true heart's wishes? And so there's some time that, everything happens on purpose for a purpose. It's not a punishment, it's not by accident that they are like, "Wait a minute," and it's like, "Okay, well, let me make sure what I want in my life." So whatever they're doing, there it's a good reflection to go, "Okay, how am I scared of committing to myself?" Right? Because all this will be a mirror for you. What are my current feelings for myself and my next actions for me in the near future? Um, let's see. Am I changing my mind? Yeah. Am I working towards something with myself? So they got their stuff to work on and they're afraid of their fears, but then it brings up things for us to look at. And whatever we focus our energy is what grows and expands. So the more we focus on our own gratitude for what is and all that, we draw in more things to be grateful for. If we're focusing on missing and what we're afraid we'll lose out of our life, well, we're asking for more of that. And so being aware of our own energies is always a fun part of our adventure, when we're going through things, because I know when I was learning about the whole concept of that I'm a co-creator or whatever, I'm the one that's bringing so much stuff into my life. Creators just like the cook behind the counter that I'm going, "Hey, I want a hamburger and this and this and this," and like, "Okay." Or they're the baker, like lately they've been showing me a baker in a bakery, and a little kid walks in and there's the glass countertop, with the donuts in there, and the little kid points at these donuts, and so the baker's like, "All right, you want a dozen of those?" They pack them up and they give them to us. And we're like, "I hate these donuts. Why'd you give these to me?" Like, "Well, you're pointing at them." And they're like, "Well, no, I was pointing, going, I hate it, I hate it, I hate it." And I go, "Well, what you can do is point out what you love, and I'll give you a dozen of those instead." So it's like we learn to point out what we do want. We get dozens and dozens and dozens of those instead of the other blah stuff. So I like it. So that's what they have for you, Crow's Nest. So hopefully That helps a little bit. But thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. You are welcome. All right. And then Angelica. So, should you buy a MIDI keyboard now? You found something with 49 keys, but the keyboard has issues, or no, don't buy yet. All right, so let's take a look here and see, is it for your highest experience? I can't afford to make what I want, which is 61 inches. Okay, let's take a look here. Well, you've got some threes here. Three of Cups and the Empress here, which is creativity, joy, mothering yourself, and movement of wands. Move fast on it, but it's what brings your heart joy, and creativity, a creative way of looking at things. So I almost feel like there is like you will find a different way of approaching things. It is about what makes your heart sing, what brings you joy, this is taking care of you. But threes are also creativity, which is like, think of looking and approaching it in a different way, or a different of buying from a different place, and then move on it fast, and don't be afraid to move on it. But I feel like there's a different option out there for you, Angelica. Like, if you want, like, what I really want is 61 MIDI keys. It's like, don't settle. Look for what you do want and get creative on where you're looking for it, because I feel like you're going to find something that is more for you than settling. So that's what's coming in, Angelica. So hopefully that makes sense there. All right. Q Love, yeah, you can definitely ask a question. Hopefully, you noticed that everyone is asking questions, and you ask one down below. We'll continue moving down though. Okay. Okay, we answered those. We answered those. All right. So Rohit Banerjee, sorry if I mispronounced that. And you want to know Chitra's current feelings for you, no contact. All right. Let's see what's going on. What are their current feelings? All right. Well, they're kind of torn in between here. We've got they're standing here on a crossroads here. On one hand, the 9 of Pentacles is they feel very at home by themselves and being independent, and they just like to do that. On the other hand, they are thinking about their fears of, towards love, and the 8 of Swords is like movement of fears, all these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that made him feel blinded and bound and trapped in the past, the fears that kept him restricted. They're going back and forth between the two here. So they really like their independence and they feel safe, by themselves. Here with spirit there, but they're also kind of processing fears they have around relationship too. So, um, I feel like the fears towards relationship, and it's good awareness to know that people wouldn't fear being in a relationship with us if they didn't have concerns that they lose us, right? Because that's our fear of rejection, fear of failure, and so much of our feelings for others have to do about our feelings for ourselves, because we can't love someone more than we love ourselves, nor receive love from others more than we love ourselves. So if someone isn't able to give love, it's because they don't have love for themselves. And when they have these fears of rejection, fears of failure, fears of losing conditional love, a lot of it doesn't have anything to do with us whatsoever. So much of people's feelings and thoughts for us have to do with what's going on in here and what's going on in here, and we're just a mirror reflecting back to them those things, and they're just like, "Oh my god," and you're like, "Why? What are you running away from?" "I see a lion in your mirror," and you're like, "Well, it's because 'cause you're a lion, because you see them, they don't see themselves," although you're looking in a mirror and going, "No, you're a monkey," because you're a monkey looking in a mirror. So, we don't really see things clearly, we only see in others what we see in ourselves, if that makes sense. So, that's what's going on right now, Rohit. With those energies, I just would not hold your breath that they're able to move fast enough through releasing their fears. I feel like they're in the process of releasing them, but I feel like they have a ton. And I don't feel like this um, energy from your spirit guides of like, hold on, persevere. They're just like, swipe to the left or whatever it is, and let's keep going. Um, because I feel like, when you do what you've always done and you get what you've always gotten, it's time for something new, right? No more fixer uppers. That's what they have for you, Rohit. So hang in there and many blessings to you. All right. So we answered those. We answered that. All right. Right. Alexis, you are up next. Happy birthday to you again. So, should you go out of town for your birthday, there are no shoulds, of course. There's just different experiences. I always have to say that. So let's take a look here. Is it for your highest experience to go out of town for your birthday? We'll get that clarity because they are willing to tell us that. And if you're still here, Alexis, um, give me a number between 1 through 8, and I'll pull an oracle card for your birthday. I say this is a yes. You've got 8 of wands, movement, movement. You've got the movement of wands, the knight of wands, movement, movement. And you got the 2 of cups. Whoa. So I really feel it's important to go out because you'll meet a great friend, if nothing else. The 2 of cups represents significant friendship, partnership, relationship of some sort. So I definitely feel like yes, 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 for that for sure. So get out of town. Get. Right. And that's what they have for you, Alexis. So if you're still here and you catch it before I end, just let me know your oracle card and I'll give you one for your birthday. All right. All right. And we took care of those. All right. We're good there. All right. Nida, you are up next here. So, what is coming between Mustafa and you? Will he reach out? All right. Let's take a look here and see what they have here. You know, I don't feel like they will here. And we have the 3 of swords, which is, the disappointment card where, our expectations are not met. But I feel it's more that this is their heartbreak. I feel like they're really on the defensive. I feel like their heart has been broken recently, and they just are very sensitive and there's a lot of people poking the bear here where, they're just they feel so much hesitancy in opening their heart again. And I just feel like I'm not sure how long ago this was. It feels raw, like not super, super recent, but recent enough where it just keeps them, you know, like their heart wants to love, but the mind and their fear that they had around the experiences, it just triggers and it makes them want to resist and has this energy of um, like I said, hesitancy and resistance in opening their heart. So that's what's coming through there, Nina. So hopefully that makes sense. But I don't feel like it's gonna be fast moving because I feel like they had their heart broken recently. Recent enough where it just like I feel it just is still very raw. So that's what they have. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. Okay, and we took care of those. We took care of those. We took care of those. All right. Oh yeah, Angelica, we completed yours a while ago. So you are all done. And Misty Blue, you are it. You're the last reading um on the page. So the best for last, right? All right. So many blessings to you. Want to know R has taken legal steps to free himself from the nightmare. Oh, I think we will get married because we are close and together a lot in 1 or 2 years. Okay. Let's take a look here. All right, Alexis. Yes, we will get your birthday reading here. You know, so, Misty, we've got the Hanged Man here, which is, of course, delay, right? It's one of the things, it's a slow transformation process, like a caterpillar becoming a butterfly, right? And we have here too the Three of Wands, which tells me that, there's a delay in things, and the Three of Wands is about a change of direction. And then we also have the heartbreak and disappointment card coming in here. So, we don't smooth things over on the channel. We ask our questions and we get our, the information coming in here, and I you have the a lot of closeness and together, but I just don't feel like it's going to go the direction that in that direction with these cards coming in. So I know. We're hoping for, like, the Four of Wands or celebration and joy, but we get what do we get? Oh, man. So, sorry, Misty Blue, but hang in there because we know that if you're, have that and you're so happy with what you're having, you can imagine what, because we don't get downgraded. It's always upgrades, right? So you know what comes next for you after that. It's going to be amazing, even more amazing, right? So enjoy your adventure for what it is. All right. And Alexis, for your birthday, I like that. So we've got time to feed the hungry heart. I love these cards. Look, it's a beater, like a hand mixer. Let's take a look here and see. Card number 25. So I like it. Time out, self-care, a need to regroup and replenish nourishment. And it says there are times when you work so hard and move so fast, juggling so many things and putting others first, that you don't remember to take care of yourself. And when this happens, you start to feel burned out. You might resist this knowledge and force yourself through the exhaustion to prove you're a hero, to show how far you can push yourself. After all, it's impressive being the too busy one, the one who handles it all, isn't it? Well, the universe is not impressed at all. I like it. I can resonate and relate to this. That's why it's funny for me. Did you know that the world will continue to spin if you take some time to care for yourself? Nice. Do you remember what kinds of books or shows you love to explore for the sake of fun? You must build yourself up with stories of hope and redemption, love and goodness, triumph and truth if you want to write it into your own story. Maybe you need a hot bath and a good cry, or not, a hug from a pet, dancing for the sake of it, a walk where you don't bring your list of to-dos with you. You can accomplish so much more if you include rest, relaxation, fun, spending quality time with your loved ones, healthy food, and lots of self love to your menu. It's time to feed your hungry heart. Feed it with love. I like it. Boom, boom, boom. You get to have some fun and enjoy and rest and not be all work, right? So I love that for you, Alexis, and happy birthday to you. I like it. All right. All right. All right. So, before we end the session, I do want to first thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up that you give the video. It's something free you can do, and it does help spread the Zen love. So, thank you guys so much for doing that. And if you haven't entered the drawing for my free giveaway on Monday, here's the link to the video that tells you all about what you need to do to get into the drawing. Every Tuesday, I put out a video announcing what I'm giving away and how you can get into the drawing, any other giveaway news. So be sure to check that out. And then also, I'm having a crazy Zen summer sale where I'm giving 50% off my for the month of July, Hedge of Peace and Love. So you can check out that one there, and that will show you what those are about. And then also 50% off my personal recorded readings. So you can check that out. And all this information for this one is in the description box of the video if you need to come back to it. And then each week I also put out a at least one pick a card reading. And this week's was how can you transform your sadness? And I have a ton of other pick a cards. So if you're looking for more messages of love, you can check out my main playlist, and I have them like separated for the pick a cards by relationship and career and life purpose and different things. And those are all free as well. And then this morning we did put out a new video. Each week for the last 5 weeks, I've been putting out a new Take 10 with Zen, which is a video that's 10 minutes or less around the content portion anyway, where we cover questions about connecting to our higher spiritual world and connecting and understanding who we really are and diving into questions from my subscribers too. It's like the first week was all about dimensions, and the second week was about spirit guides, and third week was like, is love real? And number 4 last week was, is there something, is there fate, such a thing as fate? And then this one we talked about the influences on our fate. Next week it's going to be about, is our death fated? Ooh, so be sure to check those out. So that is the skinny on all those things. Sunny Truth, you did ask a question and I did answer that earlier, so you just need to rewind because you did ask a question, I believe. Because I remember, yeah, you wanted to know about the delay on the document, right? And so I did complete that one. So, thank you guys again so much for all your love and all your support. I appreciate all the donations that were made. It helps me continue going. And I will be back here on Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays. I'm here at 11 a.m. Mountain Time in the morning and then 7 p.m. at night. So I'll be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. So hope to see you guys. And until then, please know that each and every second of every day of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So till I see you guys again, have a great rest of your night, great rest of your day, wherever you're out in the world. And until then, hang in there. Much love, and you take care.